Alright guys, welcome back to... We're finally back. The self-sustaining farm lives again. So basically I fast-forwarded time a little bit. I've done a couple things. Mainly because it's been so long since I've done anything with this that I've dropped a couple mods off my list that were in this map, so I no longer have a planter. I no longer have the tree mulcher mod. Um, it's back in, but because I've saved in between dicking around with stuff, basically it's gone. So, as you can see, I put a windmill for some more income. I'm on normal economy, so it's only 500 an hour, but I don't want this series to take 10 years to come to fruition. I've also put an all-in-one silo for any excess above and beyond what the placeables um, can hold. I'm also going to be putting a small slurry digestate kind of liquid one as well. Um, but basically, so like I said, we're missing a couple implements here and there. I will figure them out as I go. Obviously, I'm a little lower on money because of the things I've placed. We are now in early summer. Crops are doing good. Pigs are doing good. We'll take a look at them really quick. I just cleaned them out. So the cleanliness is at 100% and I topped off their water. Downside, I need food, so I'm going to have to go get some from the store. So I figured, we could start there and go. But basically, here's my kind of tentative plan. Because for quite a while I was kind of stuck. I owe $540,000 in loans, so it's quite a bit of money in loans that need to be paid. On top of trying to get this to a point where we're actually actively making money. Um, Now, if you have watched the first few episodes, you'll know that I'm going to do a little flyby just because it's quicker. Over here, I did buy this little area. I'm not using it for personal, it's just for a couple sell points because I wanted to be able to sell some of the excess, like solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, stuff like that. And also a tree sell point, and these are all from the all-in-one trading center mod, because you can't sell logs on this map unless you place a log sell point, whether it be this one or the one that Alien Jim has in his pack, that comes with the map. Um, so I wanted to do these, plus they give you a little more than normal. So that's where we're going to be selling a majority of our stuff. As you can see, our crops are doing good. Do a little zoom in. I've got wheat in this field, if I remember correctly, grass, and corn. Now I'm still deciding whether I'm going to take the corn and silage it, chop it to silage it, put it in the bunker silo, or if I'm going to use it to make stuff. And I'll show you real quick in the menu. The other thing I changed was the bunker. I had a dual bunker setup, but unfortunately that was removed. I had problems with it on another map, so I had gotten rid of it and forgot that I had it placed on this map. So now we've got the gigantic lighted silo, bunker silo, which I really like this one. I think it's only like 17,500, and the lights are nice and bright, so if you're working at night, you want to empty it, you got nothing else to do, you can actually see what you're doing. So that's cool there. Um, I've got, like I said, I've still got most of my equipment. I'm just missing, I don't have a planter, seeder, nothing. That's not true. I've got that, like, seeder spreader, the one that I had before. Um, so again, real quick, I'll show you what my plan is, because all the production packs show up in the animal thing, right? Now, when I did, I think it was episode 2, when I placed them, they all started producing um, pretty much with nothing in them. Because when you turn them on, they kind of like generically put out a pallet or two, like a pallet and a half, just because they've been activated. So they will run with, if you turn them on, they will run with nothing for a very short time. And obviously, much like the animals, because it works off the animal system, all it needs is one of these categories to actually produce stuff. I'm going to try and put at least a couple things in just to kind of make it more realistic. Because, like for instance, the liquid fertilizer, I could literally put water in and get liquid fertilizer, which to me is kind of, I don't know, a little cheaty. So we are going to put digestate in. So my plan is as follows. Basically, I'm going to get, um, as soon as I have the wheat harvested, I'll have straw. When I give straw to the pigs, they will make manure. Uh, the slurry can go in for the liquid fertilizer, which I actually have some, so I could probably start doing that now. Um, so the liquid slurry and the water will make liquid fertilizer. Um, I only have a dry fertilizer spreader right now, and depending on what I go for cedar planter, when I actually have some money to do something, I might have to lease something down the road. Um, I can make that with the manure in the straw. The seeds can run off basically anything. Um, and the old pig food can be made with corn, wheat, all that stuff. So I'll put a couple things in each production building to get them going and to keep them running, and we'll go from there. And the main reason I'm doing that is not just to be self-sustaining, I'll keep what I need, but I believe I still have a couple pallets of each. Maybe I only have liquid fertilizer left. Either way, um, the point being that if you look at the prices at that sell station because obviously nowhere else buys solid and liquid fertilizer, but I can get almost $4,000 a thousand liters, almost $3,000 a thousand liters for um, the liquid fertilizer. And the manure, what I'll do is I'll actually put that directly into the digestate into the biogas plant, because I'll get $720 per thousand liters, and then turn around and get digestate from that. So I'm getting paid from the manure, take the digestate, put that into the production pack, make liquid fertilizer, then make 3 grand a thousand off that. So basically just reusing and recycling products, making my own production chain, if you will, to make me money, get me out of debt, buy us some equipment, expand our land, and make this farm self-sustaining, again with the exception of lime and gas. But you guys know how the gas system works in base game on console. Like, I'll probably run the entire year or two just with the Syntrack, and I probably won't even use a whole tank of gas. We'll have to see. Yeah, well, I've used a quarter of it already. That's amazing. Alright, so basically the job for today, or because we're waiting on crops to grow, so I think what I'll do is I will take the Syntrack and I'll pick up the trailer. We'll go to the store and I'll use what little money I have left to buy some pig food so we have something to actually feed the pigs with. Because that would be good. Um, and if you're watching this, I'm going to be working on a Syntrack mod showcase, kind of like I did with the Hudig. So you guys can see that as well. Alright, now if I remember how to do this. Yeah, side panel. Alright. And I'm using my steering wheel and my side panel, obviously. It's so fun to use with this thing. Just because it has so many like functions and whatnot. Alright, let's go get our trailer. pull this out a little. I feel like I had something else. I probably should have looked over my videos to see what I actually owned so I know what went missing. So I could either replace it or something. And I haven't cheated any money in or anything. Basically the only thing I'm getting for money right now is this solar shed that this is parked in. I've got the big solar shed on the corner, which, to be honest, I don't even really need, and I might end up selling it, and that might net me some money. Alright, let's see. It's the only, I wouldn't call it a downside, but that's the only thing you gotta be aware of with this particular implement, this mod. And like I said, I'm gonna do a showcase on this shortly after either this episode or maybe after the next one. Because this thing is so versatile, it's insane. The only downside to it is, much like the Hudig, if you don't like having implements or tractors or anything that's like a multifunction that has a million things connected to it, where you have to cycle through, you know, pieces to make things work, then you're probably not going to like this thing. But I mean, I did showcase it off a little bit in episode 1, but this thing has way more stuff than you'd think. So I think we'll drop the trailer right there. And then we'll buy some pallets so we can feed our pigs. And this is the pallet pack set that I talked about in one of my mod videos by Quiet Hitman. This thing is the best you can get, really. It's fantastic. Alright, pig food. And we're going to do double stacks because they're easier. I think we'll get 3 for now to start off with. I apologize if my voice is kind of crackly. I'm honestly recording this late at night, and my pups are sleeping in the room with me, and I don't want to get up to get water because I don't want to disturb them. They're being good. Oh, and another thing about this, I'll actually show it off while I use it. I think it was the last video I did or whatever. I was having some kind of quirky thing with that camera angle that you just saw me cycle through. It's something to do with the forks, because they have an extra function to them, which I feel like I knew at one point, but I had forgotten about. So when I load this up, I will actually show you that. Sorry, I will show you that. Like I said, my voice is a little dry. Alright, and the nice thing about this tractor is you can lift a pallet without even having to have a weight on it. Alright, I'm only getting 3, so I'm just going to stack them kind of in the middle. Try and balance the weight a little. Okay, so I'm not actually sure what, I think it's the unfold. Let's see. Real quick. Okay, so right there, 5. Disable the collision of the forks. If it's disabled, you can't detach the forks from this tractor or anything, really. You have to enable the collision of the forks, because when you set them on the ground, you want them to sit there. So that's what was throwing me off. In the last couple of videos, if you saw me like playing around with the forks, and it's like I'm pressing a bunch of buttons and I can't seem to get the thing to figure out what's going on, that was the issue. And it's not an issue with the mod, it's a feature, which actually is really cool. So if I disable the collision of the mod, of the forks, now they don't hit anything. So now I can back out without worrying about disturbing the pallets. So it's actually a really cool feature that, as I said, I feel like I knew about at one point, but I had completely forgotten about. So with them enabled, now they work. They work just like pallet forks should work. But with them disabled, now you can unload things, or like, for instance, right now, it's stuck. I could disable it. So for people who hate dealing with pallets, see? Now I can go in here. I can even load it up that way, look at that. think of that, and now I just did. So, like I said, awesome feature. I completely forgot about it, and I'm glad I figured it out. I was playing around with the Syntrack on my mod test map where I'm basically making the video that I was talking about, and yeah. So awesome feature for loading and unloading, and this fork is part of the CSZ pack. Honestly, right this second, I don't remember who made it, so I apologize. But, oh, might help, see? It's the only thing you gotta remember to enable the collision. It's the only thing, and it's not a knock against this map. I absolutely love this map. It's one of my all-time favorite maps. The only thing I wish the store was a little further. And granted, that's my fault for where I placed my farm. I could have placed the farm somewhere else. But some days it's like, I like doing a little bit of a drive. I've got another tentative live stream series that I'm working on, setting up on new lands. So I may do that. And if I do, then you guys can see that. And that one's nice because it's got highways. Granted, it doesn't have the production pack or anything like that, so. Alright, let's get this pig food over to the pigs so they can be fed. And then we'll move along to our next job. This episode's not going to be super long, unfortunately. Like I said, there's not a ton to do right now. I'm waiting for crops, and until those get going, and I can actually, you know, harvest the crops, put them in the production packs, deal with the pallets, mow the grass, blah blah blah. I'm kind of at a standstill, which is why I did a little bit off screen before this episode, just to kind of get ahead a little bit. So, I'm changing my mind. Well, I'm trying to figure out a good place to put these, and this trailer has to go back in here anyway, so where I've got that space over there, I think what I'll do is I'll put them in, let's see, straps off, detach, change view, see, and that other view is because of the forks. I don't know why, and it's on this, I don't believe it does it on other tractors, I can't remember. I think it's because on other tractors what it does is it changes the view to the actual, crap, I can't think straight. It changes the view to like a direct fork view, but because this Syntrack is so complicated and has so many parts to it, I think maybe it conflicts a little bit. Close to my hand. It's pretty close. Oh, don't do it. So you get to see me struggle with pallets for 10 minutes. Ho ho. How you like me now? Alright, so this first one, I'm actually going to stick in here for now. So this might be our feed center holding area thing, at least for now. Because once I get the pig food up and running, it's not going to be that big a deal. And once I get some silage made, I can at least get some cows, feed the cows silage. Oh, that is so awesome. I completely forgot about that. Oh yeah, so real quick, just in case you guys are curious, most of you already know, but the CSZ pack comes with a crap ton of implements. as you can see, CSZ. They've got adapters and buckets and all kind. I'm not going to go through them all, but the ones you want, and the big bag handler is also fantastic. Um, Single fork carriage or free. These flop around, that's why I don't like it. This one, they're frame mounted. Granted, you can still adjust the distance of the forks, but as you can see, this is rigid. That's the one I'm using. These, they move, they like flop kind of. I don't know, don't like it. But each to their own, and let's get these unloaded. And then, like I said, what I think I'll actually do is I'll take the water and I'll top up the pigs and I'll put the rest of the water in the production building for liquid fertilizer. And then I will put in all the digestate I have to get that one running, because that's all you need for those two. So that'll be good, because that I can get that running, and I think I have a pallet over there, which I can probably sell, honestly. See? And it's nice, you have the disabled collisions, and you can just kind of get it set up where you want. Ease of pallets, look at that. It's an amazing thing. Honestly though, if you get it like in the middle somewhere, it might get a little glitchy. So just keep that in mind. Or go launching off into the sky, you know how it does. Oh yeah, look at that pig food. Alright, well, you know what? For the moment, I think... How are we looking? Alright, pigs are completely full now. And we got 5,558 liters of slurry. So, as I said, the plan is to just kind of get this series moving again, because honestly, this is the one that started my decision to make a channel in the first place. And to be honest, I missed it. This is one of my favorite ideas that I've had. I mean, I've done some other gameplay and I've done some live streams and stuff like that, and I thought really hard about doing this as a live stream. But in talking with a handful of people, everyone's like, just make it a series, because, you know, obviously your subscribers can't always, you know, be in your live streams depending on what time, because I know I've got people from, you know, across the pond that watch me, and our time zones are all different. So not to mention that it's hard to, you know, a lot of people don't have the time to sit and watch a 2-hour live stream back after the fact. And I mean, I know I've got a lot of great people. My subscribers are fantastic, and you know, I know there's a bunch of them that have gone back and watched a majority, if not the complete thing. The data shows it, so, which, you know, I completely appreciate, but I wouldn't expect everyone to do that, because I myself don't have time, half the time, to do stuff like that. So alright, so enough of me jabbering. But so for now, it's staying as my my puppy is digging at her bed right next to me, so if you hear that, that's what that is. And I ran into the corn. Alright. Liquid Bowser, top this up. And that's good, it'll be about 9,500 liters going of water into the liquid fertilizer. And was 5,500. Ugh, sorry. Hit the throttle and looked away from the screen for a second. Alright. Oh god. That's all it takes. Wow. Okay. So we have one other issue. Actually, it's not activated, right? Okay, yeah. See, there's no animals in the pen, so this one isn't activated, so I can actually put stuff into all these, or ones that can take it, like water into the seed production too. Which I want to say is this one. I believe that's seeds. And that's nice, because that means I can basically get them full, or at least semi-full, of as much of the stuff as I can do. And then they can produce as they go. And now the only issue I'm going to have is... I don't have enough yet for the all-in-one liquid silo, which I'm going to stick literally next to this one, and that'll hold basically any liquid in the game. Because if it did, I could at least offload this water. The only other option is a mod that unfortunately I forgot to put back in. Because basically what had happened, and this was a handful of months ago, my PlayStation, this game was basically on an external hard drive, like most of my games are, and there was an issue while I was making an episode or something like that, and it corrupted the save file, and then it corrupted the entire game as a whole. So I had to delete the entire game and then reinstall it, and I lost stuff here and there. So in doing that, I had to, I had the save files, and I had a couple funky things on a couple of them, but for the most part, everything was still there, but none of my mods were there. So I had to literally go back in and re-download every single mod that I had, and trying to remember every little one here and there is a bit wonky. And I know I missed some, and definitely missed this one. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll probably have to add it in for next time. It's called a manhole cover, and basically it's just a square manhole cover, but you can basically dispose of any liquid into it. The only thing was, I thought it was free, but the last time I tried it on something, I could have sworn that it actually charged me. Alright. Sorry, I know I'm jumping through menus and shit. And I can't sell water, right? Not that I would make a habit of that. I can sell water. $232 for water. Nah, that's cheap. Alright, so like I said, what I'll probably do is I'll probably try and get a hold of that manhole cover or something else, and then I can gather up the slurry. No, yeah, then I can gather up the slurry, because basically between the slurry, the digestate, that thing will hold it all. That tanker right there, which is why I love it, and it's cheap. But I'm going to be switching from one to the other, to the other, to the other. So I don't think, guys, got it out. Eh, 12,500, that's not too bad. I guess I could always switch too, because it's seasons, they don't take as much. So maybe I can buy like a little water trailer like this, and that could be the dedicated water trailer for, um, yeah, because that'll do everything this won't. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. And I think I'm actually gonna call it for this episode. Granted, I know not a lot went on. A lot of it was me talking and just kind of trying to update everyone on what's going on. Um, and obviously, you know, my content has been lacking. I know that if you guys have stayed to the end of the video, I completely appreciate it. And I'm trying to kind of get back in the swing of things. I know I say that and then I don't do anything for a week at a time. I just, you know, got a lot going on in my personal life, and I don't know. I've just been having trouble finding inspiration and such. So, but like I said, I want to try and give this one another shot. I want to try and get it going again because I like the idea. I haven't seen anyone do it, and honestly, I really like the farm setup I've got going on here. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? And look, if you stand right here, now that I got that watermill, doesn't that look like a real farm? It's great. So, as I stated, I kind of told you my plan, told you what's been going on. If you have any questions or comments, whatever, you know, leave it in the comments. You know what I mean. Anything you need to say it in the comments, and I try and respond to everybody who comments. And yeah, so like I said, get this going. Next time around, we'll do some more. I'll have that stuff figured out so we can get rid of the water, so we can get that liquid fertilizer one going. Once that's going, I'll take and sell those to make us a little bit of money. Um, I'm going to speed up time probably up to 15 times for the next episode, just to keep things rolling, because as soon as these crops are harvestable, um, then things will actually start moving, because then I can get the production packs all going, I can sell some excess, um, uh, mow the grass, get some silage made, or silage the corn, one or the other, get some chaff in the bunker silo, get that moving, get the digester working, get some digestate moving, that'll get the production packs moving, the manure will get the production packs moving. You know, once I get my first crop harvested, everything will start moving, and once that starts moving, then we can get a few pieces of equipment that I need now, expand the land, you know, get some cows, basically get this thing actually rolling. I know it was a really slow start, and I know I had only, what, 4 episodes, and it was stretched across weeks, and then probably a couple months, 2-3 months of nothing for this series, but I am really trying to bring this one back, because this is probably my favorite one that I've done. And it's one that I know is not going to get an update and need a new game save. So, um, but again, thank you all for watching. Um, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever it is. Make sure to take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.